Welcome to Landria Anka on YouTube. Here to help you break through fears and live a beautiful, awesome life. Are you ready for that? Oh my gosh, things are shifting. So I've talked about things happening. We've been going through some feelings all summer. Woo, I was getting some energy charges and stuff. Then I said something was going to happen this fall. It is now fall of 2017 of this video. And I feel like we've really moved through a transition. And I actually feel like something shifted to the positive. I feel like we just went into someplace else. Now, if you're not feeling that, it's time for you to get on board. It's never too late. I feel like we have shifted. And now maintenance is required. You have got to work on this every day. Meditate, send light and love to the universe. Everything is energy. I want to talk about that today. What if other people sap your energy, suck your energy? All right, so let's talk about it, because you know I'm a firm believer in that no one has power over you. No one has power over you. You are the power. You're the power with them. It's whatever you're thinking, believing, whatever, that's creating that story in your head that blocks that. There's no negative energy, especially negative energies. Lower energies definitely don't have any power over a higher energy, higher frequency. Not even close. But they'll try. You know why? Because if you're vibrating on a lower frequency, it's going to connect to you. It's not going to go after the higher frequencies. It's like not even in the room. Can't even get in the room with that. You know, that light and love pushes everything out that's not vibrating with it. The lower frequency, there's plenty of dark room in the darkness. So it'll try. And then the more you fear it, the more it grabs on, like, yeah, woo, 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 got it. Let's move in. Let's hold them down while they're sleeping. That'll be fun. Ooh, let's, show up in a dream and do something naughty. Yeah, like chase them or lock them in a closet. That's what's going on. It's all real. That's real. Those are real energies, because everything's energy. Everything comes in different forms. It's not necessarily human. In fact, we're a speck in the universe of species. So what happens when somebody else's energy supposedly saps you? People think that there's energy sucking sucking energy out of them while they're sleeping or during the daytime. Probably, because you're allowing it. It can't happen without you. You can battle that. Well, you know me, I don't battle anything. You can stop that anytime you want. You just call it out. Knock it off. Not allowed. Out of the house. Get your sage out if you feel like it's a negative energy in the room, because that will hang around. Out. Done with you. Then you call in angels and you say, okay, I'm ready to raise my frequency. I'm done with this crap. Cowering and, is something sucking my energy? Probably, because if you're talking that way, you obviously don't think that you have that kind of power. Now, here's a challenge. What if you live with somebody, or you're very close to somebody who discourages something that you're doing? I bring this up because I'm in internet marketing. Basically, it's an education system. It's like going to college. Why does everybody go, it's pyramid scheme and all this stuff? Yeah, there are those out there. This isn't it. This is teaching you how to use the internet, just like any school you'd go to that would teach you like marketing programs, except for the ones in college don't teach you how to do it online, how to work with Google and Facebook and all the tech stuff and build websites and all that stuff. We learn all that stuff. We use whatever we want to. And then we learn how to sell things online or promote things or raise money for charities, anything you want. It's just an education system. And yet there's some fear still involved out there with people who, I don't know, maybe they've joined some nasty ones, so they assume everybody's program is like that. We do that with cultures, right? Oh, that person, stole a car. That means anybody that looks like that person is watch your car. This goes on all the time. Now, they're looking a little bit raggy, probably a homeless person. Watch out, they're probably on drugs or whatever. We do it all the time. So, back to the energy. What happens when somebody has made an assumption because of their experience and their beliefs. And they're not encouraging you to do something that might be out of the box. God forbid, that Tesla and Einstein doing crazy stuff, man. Those are the people that change the world, and you're one of them. So you want to step outside that box? You got somebody around discouraging you? Okay, there's a couple ways you can handle that. First of all, they will affect your energy. Did you know that Christ would ask non-believers to leave the room before he performed miracles? Because the energy actually does affect the results. So if you were to do an experiment, what the people in the room believe will affect the result of the experiment. That has been proven. So if the researchers expect a certain outcome, they can actually create the outcome. There have been some unbelievable experiments that have proven the thoughts of the observers or those participating can change. Now, there is a free will thing that cannot be broken. So it has its limits, but it has effects. So because we share the collective consciousness, if you're around me, or even if you're not around me, my thoughts can actually permeate yours. So have you ever sat around and I've told you this before, I'm feeling really great, my life's going great, and all of a sudden I'm picking up on stuff that's not good. I might actually see things too. And maybe calamities or violence or something. And I'm like, where is that coming from? I know it's not mine. But it is mine because I'm part of the collective consciousness, because I'm part of the one, so ultimately it is mine. But as my individual choice, it's not. However, I'm picking up on it. Some of you are more sensitive to it. So you might be in a room with somebody and actually pick up on all of their thoughts and feelings. Yeah, that could be really bad. There's empaths. They actually pick up on physical feelings of people. So all that stuff's real. So what happens when you've got that non-believer in the room? All right, first of all, what I do is I get away from them. But I'm not married and I don't have kids. So I don't even have a pet other than Baby Coo, and he's a stray, and he and I get along very well. He supports everything I do. As long as I feed him and give him a little back rub, he's fine. So that's probably not your situation. So let's say you have a spouse that doesn't like you. I'm going to do the internet marketing thing. So any of you that are in my program know that this is going to be a challenge for a lot of people. First of all, I don't tell anybody. Not to be sneaky, but because I don't believe that you need permission or you need to announce certain things to people. If you know that you're not going to get a good response, it's best not to tell. Oh my gosh, my neighbor just had a baby, and I don't know if you remember, but I used to walk their dog just because I love their dog. And I miss my dog going for walks, so I used to go get their dog. And they had a baby, so the lab's over there all the time, and she's getting fat. She's not exercising, and she's eating. I think everybody's over there feeding her. She's so cute. They just walked by. So cute. All right, so everything around you is an influence, and that's real. Now, you can keep a steady mind. Now, it's going to challenge you some more because it's tough to be around somebody you love that's disapproving, because you want them to share in the joy. You want them to support you. And those of you who have supportive spouses or partners, my gosh, you're so fortunate. Even if they don't agree, if they can support you, they're supporting your dreams and your relationship, not the thing. If the thing fails, that's a problem too. It's like, oh, if it fails, then you're like, oh my God. Where a really, truly supportive person knows that if you don't succeed at whatever you're going after, no matter what it is, it's okay because you're pursuing what you love in life, and that's real love. That's a real, open, awesome person. So are you on the other side of that? Is your loved one or a child or a spouse or somebody you care about, even a friend, doing something that you disagree with? Now, there's a time when they'll come to you for advice, but if they don't, as my dad used to say, keep mouth shut. Why? Because you're not invited to share that energy, and it can be damaging. The fact that you even think it is already damaging. And you have to ask yourself, why? Why are you doing that? Why would you discourage somebody from going after something? Unless it was extremely physically dangerous, or they were in a situation with a relationship that was physically dangerous, and maybe you had to step in and do something that could save their life. It was something extreme. Otherwise, it's called learning. Sometimes people have to get their heart broken, or sometimes they have to get their butt kicked a few times before they figure out they don't want that anymore. And they'll never learn that until they experience it and say, I don't want that anymore. So, and if you don't allow somebody else to experience what they want, they really want this, even if you know it's not good for them. And by the way, you don't know for sure. I'll tell you, there's so many times I thought relationships, that's never going to last. And sure enough, I'm divorced and they're still going. So when we start judging, we get ourselves in trouble, because we are part of the one, the collective consciousness that's supposed to be experiencing everything. So every thought we're sharing, disapproval, we're creating things through our disapproval and our mixing our energy when we're getting involved in somebody else's. You can actually feed that energy into a situation and disrupt it. So what do? If you cannot walk away from it, if you cannot keep it from that person in a way of integrity, not that it's their business anyways, but let's say, they don't really need to know. Then the third thing is, if you can't do either of those, then sit them down and talk to them. Say, listen, here's how I feel, without an argument. Here's how I feel. This is really important to me. I know you don't approve. But I need your support, and I need you to feel good about that, because that support is going to make this experience, no matter what the outcome is, and don't do it like I'm going to show them. No matter what that outcome is, your support is going to make that journey enjoyable. Even if you end up and what you feel and believe is right, or happens to come to be true, it's never right, because you still need the experience, so that's right. That's just as right as anything. Say, I really need your support. I need you to be okay with it, to not make negative remarks, to make me feel okay when I'm studying this stuff, or I'm working on something and not getting some dirty look from you or discouragement. I need that support right now, because this is about our relationship. Let's put all that aside. If you and I really love each other, then we need to be in it together. And this is a test of our relationship, not the thing that's going on over here. It's a test of our relationship with each other to say, am I going to support your life journey 100%? Or am I going to judge it and think that my thoughts and my beliefs and feelings are right? Then I need to get my act together and examine why I'm putting those feelings and judging others, saying what they should and shouldn't do with their lives. And that's what we do with each other. We're constantly, you should be doing this and this, and then we all have different ideas of what that is, and it's just a cluster F, It really is. It's a mess. Because we all have these ideas that are inconsistent with how life should operate. And if we all just were supportive and loving on the highest frequency, those lower frequencies would not want to do nasty things. And we'd all operate in a higher frequency of supporting each other in a life journey of experiencing, not judging it, and even when things didn't go as maybe the person had planned, saying, you know what? Aren't you glad you did it? Okay, now it's your turn to go back to work. I supported you in your dreams. I'd like to go try something too. Are you okay with that? Yeah, thank you for supporting me. You're right, it didn't work out. Let's go, let's figure out something else. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we actually operated that way? But no, you got something. Music, you're going to be a musician. Ugh, you're never going to make it. That's ridiculous. You can't make a living doing that. Maybe not. Go take our internet training course. You can support yourself and be a musician. We have some musicians, by the way, some really awesome musicians that are internet marketers, and now they can relax now because they're creating income. So they can actually go live those lives and not worry about the money. They can actually just do it because they love it. There's always a way. There is always a way for you to create that life. And when you have that negative energy around you, disapproving, it has to be dealt with because it will affect you. Even though you still have free will, you still have the free will to react to that and make your own decisions. They will never have that power over you. But that energy in the room will have an effect on the outcome. Because ultimately, right, they're disapproving, so it's going to affect you in some way. Well, that's a real energy. So address those. And for those of you who can get out of abusive marriages or relationships or abusive jobs or abusive anything, or see any abuse going on of any kind, it's time to put an end to it and step away. Those people cannot function if they're on their own, and there's nobody that will accept bad behavior or judgmental behavior. They're going to have to make the change. It's all good. So I hope this was helpful because I know that's a big thing for a lot of you. I am so fortunate not to have to deal with any of that. I do what I want, when I want, and the only person I have to answer to is me. And I'm tough enough on myself. I got high standards, man. And it's fun. I love it. All right. You are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, harmonious, and happy. Oh, and loving. I forgot loving. Thank you for all of the gifts and the prosperity, abundance, and healing and health you're sending, my friend. I send that out to the universe, and I hope you do too. Namaste.